So we got, like I said, a few things to cover with this new news drop that was not anticipated, at least not this soon. A couple things we're going to go over today. Number one, new leaks, including potentially a new progressive vehicle, a new vehicle collaboration. That's very much so speculation at this point. A new AR, 556 AR, the Famas. We actually have details about the weapon and its potential stats. We have a new progressive skin coming in the next, I think, 2 to 3 weeks, and then a slew of new skins that are also going to be coming with that progressive skin update, which, you know, there usually is multiple in the package. So we're going to review all those. These skin leaks are courtesy of Safix, and the little vehicle leak courtesy of Elliot. So let's go ahead and take a look at what they got to show for us. All right, so number one, let's just start with the old bombshell, huh? A couple things. Again, this is just speculation. This is not a 100% confirmed leak, but they did find, whoever does the leaks did find a lot of the details about the potential weapon. There's, you know, a model for it. There's a little 2D model for it, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just move this over so my head isn't blocking all the stats, because we need to read off some of these stats here to really bring this weapon to life for you. Okay, so number one, it's a 5.56 assault rifle, which I was trying to remember the latest 5.56 assault rifle, I believe, was the K2. Correct me if I'm wrong in that chat. The K2 was the latest 5.56 assault rifle, and that was a Destin only AR that was essentially a worse M4. You know, like it was better than the M4 in the very early game when nobody had attachments, but then as soon as you got attachments, the M4 is better. This, however, this is going to be a care package weapon that potentially replaces the AUG, the AUG 5.56 assault rifle that's also in care packages. Now, if this weapon does in fact replace the AUG in the care package, one of two things can happen. Either A, this is going to be a map specific weapon, like similar to the Lynx sniper rifle that can only be found on Miramar. This weapon could potentially only be found on, say, Destin in the care packages or something like that. It could be a map specific care package weapon. Or what they could do, which they've done in the past, is replace the AUG with the Famas in the care package and then put the AUG in the world spawn. So bring it to where it just spawns on the ground. Now, obviously, if they do that, they're going to have to nerf the AUG a bit, just like they did with the M249 when it came out of the care package and spawned into the world, just like they did with the DBS shotgun when it came out of the care package, the Tommy gun when it came out of the care package. So we've seen this trend before. This wouldn't be a first for PUBG, but you know, I know that's going to be met with a lot of torn opinions, because a lot of people love the AUG and they don't want to see it get nerfed just to have it spawn in the world. So some of the details of the Famas that we know, or that we, again, this is all speculation, so take that with a grain of salt. So things that we know so far: base damage 39, which does not sound like a lot. In fact, it's actually the lowest base damage of any assault rifle in the game. And if we go to a little website I love, it's a PUBG data mine. It's battlegrounds.party. They have a lot of different stats for PUBG. I use this website frequently when I'm making those guides and tutorials for y'all, just to go and like look at damage stats, and you can do all kinds of cool stuff with this thing, like see how many hits to kill it is for somebody, the time to kill, damage per gun, all that kind of stuff. All of the assault rifles are here, and remember the Famas is 39 damage per bullet here, 39 damage. The lowest one is the G36, the K2, and the M4, which are at 41 damage per bullet. The Famas is 39 damage per bullet, so it's less than even the lowest assault rifle. Okay, so if that's like a red flag. Usually you see that and you go, what the hell, that's going to be a crate gun? But here's the kicker: in games like FPSs, especially with like PUBG, the damage per second is the most important stat. That's why the Beryl is still one of the best weapons in the game, because it has a high damage per bullet and a really high rate of fire too. So if we go look at the rate of fire, the Famas is 900 rounds per minute. 900 rounds per minute. That is an insane rate of fire for an assault rifle. The AUG, as an example, is only 700 rounds per minute. If you're holding the trigger for 1 second with the AUG, okay, it's 700 rounds per minute divided by 60 seconds in a minute. You're shooting out 11.6 bullets every second with the AUG. 11.6 bullets every second. With the Famas, 900 rounds per minute divided by 60 seconds is 15 bullets. So you get an extra 4 bullets every 1 second that you're holding the trigger with the Famas versus the AUG. That's That's huge. And if you take that and you multiply it by the weapon's base damage, you have the AUG is doing 490 damage per second. Can you see that on the camera? 490 damage per second. That's what the AUG's doing. The Famas would do 585 damage per second. Can you see that? 490 compared to 585 damage per second. That's intense. That's going to be an intense weapon. Now, a couple of other things about the Famas. Bullet velocity, bullet velocity is really, really good. 925 meters per second. The AUG is 940. So that's how fast the bullet travels, which for you, when you're shooting the gun, that means how much you have to lead your target, you know, when they're running left to right, or how quickly the bullet's going to hit your target. So higher bullet velocity is better. And 925 versus 940, virtually no difference. You can't notice the difference between those two. It's only like, what, 15 meters per second difference. So what that means is this is going to be a very dangerous weapon. If it does in fact come out with these stats. Fire modes are single fire, burst mode, and full auto. Honestly, I don't see why anyone would ever use burst mode, because if you're up close, you're going to spray, you know, full auto. If you're at range, you might single tap maybe, but you'll probably have a better weapon for that anyway, like a DMR or something. Standard magazine size of 30 rounds, and then of course you get the extended mag on it. It'll increase it to 40 or 42 depending on which mag you get. Reload times are pretty standard. The attachments are a little different though. So the attachments is going to be the tricky part with the Famas. It says that it only can accept upper rail attachments. So it's up here, like the Graza. That weapon can only attach sights to its upper rail or muzzles to its front. So the compensator, flash hider, suppressor, or any of the sights up to a 6x. That is going to mean that this weapon is probably going to be a bit harder to control, especially considering its very high rate of fire. So this, again, if all these stats come out to be true, this is going to be a high risk, high reward weapon. Hard to control at those medium long range sprays, but very rewarding if you're able to hit your shots, because it has an incredible rate of fire, which equals, as I showed you, a very high damage per second. So really looking forward to that gun myself. Thoughts on the Famas? What are we thinking, chat? First thoughts of the Famas. Are we thumbs up? Are we thumbs down? And then what about the thought of the AUG coming out of the crate and going into the world spawn? Are we happy about that or no? Wish they gave us the Dragunov. Yo, that'd actually be a cool weapon to add too. So in terms of new weapons, Dragunov, I haven't heard that one actually in a while. That's a really good recommendation. Dragunov would be really cheeky. I also really wanted to see a new I think it's every time we talk about it, I bring it up and you guys have to correct me on what I'm thinking about. I think it's like the BAR, the BAR or something like that. Like a hard hitting like a full auto DMR that's slow rate of fire, or a hard hitting AR with a slow rate of fire. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but like, you know, something that is like do like that's the rate of fire that it has, but it, you know, but you can use it as a long scoped weapon or something like that. I thought that would be kind of a cool weapon too, like not a crate weapon, just a world spawn, you know, maybe did more damage per bullet than the SLR, but it was like harder to control and you know, is a slower rate of fire, you know, when you're doing full auto or something. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool to have. So so that's the Famas. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna have to cover is the new skins, including the new progressive weapon skins. So let's take a peek. Again, this is courtesy of Sapphics here for these leaks, or at least they posted on Twitter. And now this is not final. Okay, again, these are all leaks. Things could change. Names could change. The designs can change. All that kind of stuff. But these are usually pretty accurate. So we have the first set. They called Bank Guard skins. We've got an AUM. Move these over a little bit again here so I'm not blocking them. So we've got an AWM with a security. Man, I gotta, dude, PUBG's just taking all my stuff. They're taking my green and my purple color scheme. They're taking my security shout outs. So we got an AWM, we got an M24 sniper rifle, and a pump shotgun. And I gotta be honest, this pump shotgun's actually really dope. As you know, as trolly as shotguns are, this shotgun skin is actually really cool looking. We have new parachute skin, which I also think is really cool looking. Very flashy, very pop in your face kind of skin color. So I like that. Do we have a name for that one? Then we've got the vehicles. Now, this is not the new vehicle, the new progressive vehicle that I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But we have the security skin for the UAZ, and then the same kind of skin theme for the Dacia. So that's cool. I like the theme we got going on here. Then we've got this like galaxy space defense theme, which if you know anything about me, I'm a dinosaur fan and a space themed fan. So this is an insta cop for me. We've got our first skin of the MP9. Looks really dope. We've got an SKS Galaxy theme and an AKM Galaxy theme. These are looking really cool. My thoughts are that these skins are probably going to be in the Contraband crates, the next Contraband crate. And I don't know if they'll be stat tracking or not. If they're in the Contraband crate, it's likely that one of two of these are stat tracking, but it's hard to say. Then we have a Mark 12 and an M4. Now this Mark 12 is interesting because it's like on the surface, it kind of looks just like kind of plain Jane, which is not a bad thing. That could be a very clean, minimalistic skin, but it almost seems like maybe it's not done yet. I don't know, like it's missing a texture or something. Again, these are just like little basic two-dimensional snippets. These aren't like in-game renders, so a lot of it can change. But so a new Mark 12 skin and a new M4 skin. The pink splatter theme here. And do we have a name for this one? Mad Scientist, Mark 12 and M4 16. Mad Scientist. And then the Andromeda is what they call these space themed skins, which is really cool. I like that a lot. Are they nerfing the Mark 12? The Mark 12 is nerfed now on live servers for PC. When it comes to console next week, yes, it also will be getting nerfed. I'm in the middle of editing my video breakdown for y'all on that weapon, just to show you how big or small of a nerf it was. We're not done yet. More skins. So then we've got a Neon, M16, Mosin, K2, S12K, Bison, UMP, and P18C. And then same thing for the Ace, Mutant, and VSS. Now these skins are 100% going to be in the Contraband crate. Whenever you have these kind of simple, plain, copy pasta skin color themes, these are always in the Contraband crates. So these are the ones that you have a higher likelihood of unlocking. And I'm gonna keep it real. Most of the time when they do these little two-tone skin themes, I'm not a huge fan of them. Sometimes they come out looking pretty clean. This to me is just, I don't know, it just kind of doesn't do anything for me, like, I guess the blue's kind of nice. This kind of like lightish orange beige. We don't have that color yet, I don't think, but I don't know, it's just kind of whatever. It's just like, it's fluff. It's like a little filler skin. We've got the Ace skin, the Mutant, the VSS, and the Mini 14. Man, look at this Mini 14. Yeah, that's actually really dope looking. This shit's trippy right here. The Ace and the Mutant, look how trippy that is. I'm really digging this VSS. Yo, is Wacky Jackie gonna have to send a cease and desist letter to PUBG? This skin looks like almost like a ripoff of Wacky Jackie's VSS, huh? As much as I hate the Mini 14, I like that skin. That coloring, I do like that skin. The progressive death box for the upcoming progressive skin. Now, when this leak was first announced, it was said that there was a progressive AKM coming to the game. A lot of people got excited and got hyped. However, I believe that has been shot down, and the new rumor is that this is a progressive AUG skin. Sapphic says there's no progressive AKM. The progressive skin not pictured is an AUG, AUG, which further kind of solidifies the thought process of the AUG coming out of the crate and being into the world spawn, and the FAMAS going in the crate, replacing the AUG in there. So you'll be more likely to buy the progressive AUG skin if it's in the game where you can pick it up more frequently. So from a business standpoint, I'm sure that's what they're thinking. And it's going to have this DJ kind of techno vibe, which, like I just finished saying, that shit is right up my alley. So I will for sure be wanting to cop that skin for the AUG. Then we got some new emote dances, whatever, and some new backpacks and parachutes. So this right here is the ranked season 23 parachute when you reach gold tier in the rank. And then here is just some like regular parachutes or backpacks, level 2, level 3, and this is a parachute backpack. although we don't have the skin for the parachute here, but there you go. Some emote dances, some little pointers, some yippee jumpies, some little dances. And yeah, so I think that's it for the skins. And then the last thing was actually, this isn't new, it's a couple of days ago, so you guys might have already seen this on Twitter, but Elliot tweeted this out and said PUBG and Jeep collaboration coming soon. This is some real 4D chess detective type shit. Take a look at this. Look, enhance look at this, enhance, boom. So what we're looking at is, this is the home page in the PUBG step up screen in the UI. And apparently, if you jack up your contrast and your brightness and zoom in to this bottom right here, there's a picture of a Jeep logo. And this is what appears to be either the front or the back of a Jeep. And it's very obvious that's the Jeep logo. Now, at first, I thought maybe that was just like something they put in the UAZ and like just kind of had like a filler image there. But the more I look at it, it does kind of look like headlight, maybe a grill here, and the Jeep logo. Like, so the more I think of, like, man, that actually might be like a little Easter egg of an upcoming Jeep collaboration. And just like we saw with them doing the McLaren collaboration, if they do a brand collaboration, it's likely not just going to be a copy paste skin. It's going to be a new progressive skin. So that's going to mean, you know, like the whole crate system with like different colors available, maybe like different wheels, different brakes, different light bars. They can do all kinds of stuff if it's a Jeep. And obviously that would apply to the UAZ, which also makes sense because if you remember on this update that we're all playing on today and that console gets next week, on that update, they added the UAZ to like almost every map. So they added it to a lot more maps. You're going to see the UAZ in a lot more places, which further makes sense that just like they're doing with the AUG, they're trying to get that vehicle, the potential for that vehicle to be in the game much higher. Exactly what they're going to do with the AUG. They're going to put it in the world spawn to increase the pickup rate of that weapon, to increase the purchase rate of that progressive skin. Yeah, if it is a Jeep, it has to be a Jeep Wrangler, right? Like it can't be like a, like, you know, it has to be, to go like a 2000, actually even the new Jeep Wrangler or Patriot, is that what it's called? Like the one that's like, it's like a truck, it's like the Jeep truck. This is the Jeep Wrangler, which very similar to a UAZ. Like it could definitely fit the UAZ. I mean, probably the shorter one, right? It'd be like something like this. It's definitely very UAZ looking, so it could certainly pass as a UAZ. The UAZ is 4 doors though, so it has to be the 4-door version. So like this one, the 4-door version like that. But it can't be like a, you know, a Jeep. Like my wife has a 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It can't be something like this, right? Like this would be like way too like new looking of a vehicle, you know? Can't be something like that. LED lights and all that stuff. It can't really be that. But yeah, so there you go. So that's the leaks, the current leaks, all the progressive skin, the new skins coming with the hideout crate, the progressive AUG, not AKM like we all thought initially, potentially a progressive Jeep skin crossover, and then of course the new Labs zombie mode, which we'll be playing in just a few seconds. So we'll give that a go.